We got Dallas at Cleveland, okay? Dallas. Honestly, when I think about it, we might not lose this game. Bold prediction. Bold prediction. Not Puka Nacua, but Cooper Kupp will have his game where we look back and we're like, holy shit, Cooper Kupp is back.
Pellets, maybe the officials don't even give you credit. He got it down twice.
Oh, for the Rams. Stafford looking up top. Got him wide open. Cut to the end zone. And the Rams take the lead.
I told y'all. I told you guys before. I say it every freaking time. Isaac talks football. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. We are in for another video. This is our week 2 video of the season, okay? We got a lot to talk about. Before we get into week 2, guys, though, I'm going to throw up all the scores right now, throw them up there. This is what happened last week in the NFL for our first week of football. We had a lot of good games, all right? Real quick, if any of you guys did not check them out already, I'd go check out the Arizona Cardinals at the Buffalo Bills game. That game was electric, a really good one right there. I feel like the Cardinals are looking pretty well. Almost got that dub there, but Josh Allen put the team on his back like he always does. That's a good one you should go check out. Another one you should check out if you didn't already, the Texans in Indianapolis to play the Colts. This one was an electric game as well, guys. A really good game for week 1. That's another game I would have checked out if I was you guys. And man, Sunday Night Football, bro, knocked it out the park, straight up, okay? I know we're talking football, but they knocked it out the park, all right? We had a great week 1, guys, and it sets us up perfectly for week 2. And in the future, guys, I'm gonna be giving you guys videos on Tuesdays, recapping the whole week before, okay? We did a little test run, we figured some things out, and I'm gonna be giving you guys videos on Tuesdays. So on Tuesdays, after the week is completely done, and we get on to the next week, I will give you guys a recap about what happened that past week. So, for example, this Tuesday, we will have a week 2 recap video. So, stay tuned for that one. But for now, let's jump straight into week 2. Because, like I said, we got a lot to talk about. So, let's jump straight into it. Let's go. As we move into week 2, we got a lot to talk about. A couple news broke. CMC, Christian McCaffrey. I reported it on the I.T.F Instagram page. If you haven't followed it, it's right there. Guys, go check it out. We're doing our votes. Speaking of, when we get into Sunday Night Football Challenge later, I'd like to thank you guys for continuing to vote, to go follow the channel. You guys are making it still awesome for me, so let's continue that. Yeah, Christian McCaffrey, I reported it on the Instagram page. He was ruled out for this week's game and then ended up putting him on the injury reserve list, meaning Christian McCaffrey is gonna miss at least 4 games, guys. So if you're a Niners fan, you know you gotta really put your faith into Jordan Mason, because Christian McCaffrey is gonna be out at least 4 games, and Jordan Mason did good against the Jets. So maybe you don't got too much to worry about for now. Maybe it's all good in the end. But yeah, that's something I would definitely be worried about. Fantasy managers, all right. If you don't have Jordan Mason already, you better do some homework and figure out what you're going to do. But yeah, that happened. And let's get straight into what went down on Thursday Night Football, okay? We are in week 2. It is currently Sunday by the time you guys check this video out. I know I'm a little bit late. We're going to get back on track, though, next week, all right? Thursday Night Football. The Bills took on the Dolphins, all right? And this game was out in Miami. And it was not a game at all, okay? This was one where I looked into it and I was like, yo, this is going to be a good one. We're going to figure out who runs the AFC East right now. It's still the Bills. Josh Allen still is that guy who puts the team on his back and has the S on his chest and goes flying everywhere, starts scoring and stuff. But Josh Allen didn't have to do much in this game, okay? The Bills just overall were better than the Dolphins. They had a good game plan to shut down that high-powered, running, fast offense by the Dolphins. Tyreek didn't have that good of a game. Devon Achane was the only good thing for the Dolphins that night. He had himself quite a game. 96 rushing yards, 7 receptions, 69 yards receiving, and a touchdown, okay? I had James Cook in fantasy football, guys. James Cook put up 3 touchdowns in this game. Devon Achane gave my opponent more points than James Cook with 3 touchdowns, all right? Receptions. If you're a fantasy player, go get yourself a guy who gets a lot of receptions, because it matters. All right, like I said, that was the only good thing for the Dolphins in that game. Besides that, Tua was 145 and a touchdown. He had 3 interceptions. And then in the third quarter, he left the game because of the injury to his head. He had the concussion on the slide. I mean, I personally thought he should have slid. I know they're in a game where they're trying to come back and do whatever they can to score. He's a competitor, but sometimes you just got to go down, and this was one of those times. Tua got taken off the field, another concussion injury. We're going to have to see what happens in the future for Tua Tagovailoa, because if you guys don't remember, last season he had 2 within like 10 days. So that's serious injury. The Bills look very good. Defense looked very good. The Dolphins, on the other hand, have a lot to figure out before we get into week 3. We'll see what happens with Tua. I'll keep you guys updated on that when I find out myself. But yeah, That was Thursday Night Football, 31-10. The Dolphins get beat at home by the Bills. The Bills, like I said, they still run that AFC East, and they're looking really good really early in the season. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed. You guys see my new football pillow? Shit's awesome, bro. So, yeah, guys, that was Thursday Night Football right there, and now let's get into the Sunday slate of football games, all right? We got a bunch of good ones, all right? We got a bunch of good ones, and I'm going to throw up on the screen. Just a bunch of good games, bro. A bunch of good games early, okay? We got the Jets and the Titans. That could be a good game right there. They're both 0-1 as well. Later on, we got the Chiefs and the Bengals. So we got a good slate of games for week 2, guys. And then with that being said, let's get straight into a new segment I like to call I.T.F Survival. Run it. I.T.F Survival is something that I kind of took from Good Morning Football, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. They do this thing where every week they pick one game and one winner of every game, and if they're right, they survive and they move on to next week. The only catch is if you pick a team, you can no longer pick that team for the rest of the season. So I like this segment. I've been watching, Kyle Brandt and the guys do it for the last couple years. It was something that I think is very cool, a cool segment to do. So I'm going to try it myself. We're just going to see what my record is at the end of the year, okay? As of right now, I've made 2 picks. I made a pick last week, but I didn't film it or nothing. I wrote it down. I'm not lying to you guys, okay? Last week, my pick was the Vikings to beat the Giants. And that happened. So I survived week 1. I am 1-0 right now, okay? For this week, I have a pick that should get me to 2-0, and that's going to be the Chargers to beat the Panthers, okay? And Timmy, if you're watching this, fuck you, okay? I just have to say that. That is my locked-in survival pick of the week. And hopefully I don't lose in week 2, okay? Like I said, we're going to run this the whole year, see what my record is at the end of the season. Survival. I can no longer use the Vikings, and I can no longer use the Chargers. So, yeah, let's see how that goes. That's going to be our I.T.F survival segment, guys. We're going to do it every week, and let's see how far I go undefeated, all right? And with that being said, let's get straight into I.T.F Sunday Night Football Challenge, guys. Let's get straight into it, okay? We got 2 games. Let's talk about last week's games. We had the Detroit Lions and the Rams on Sunday Night Football. I had the Rams. That game went into overtime. Y'all got lucky, okay? And you guys won the first one. You guys had the Lions. I had the Rams. You guys went 1-0. I went 0-1. And on Monday, we both went with the Niners to beat the Jets. So I have a 1-1 record. You guys have a 2-0 record. As of right now, you guys are on top of me. I'd soak it in because it's not going to be like that for long, all right? It really isn't. This week, let's start off in the AM, okay? At 10 a.m., we got the Detroit Lions hosting the Tampa Bay Bucks. Now, like I said, guys, the Detroit Lions are playing their 2nd game straight. That was a playoff game from last season. Then I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions, guys. This is your guys' pick. It looks like you guys got the Lions as well. So we both got the Lions on that one. And for Sunday Night Football, I got C.J. Stroud, Caleb Williams, Texans, Bears. I think the Texans are going to run away with this one. I think you guys did too. It was almost 100%. Almost 100%. Only one person chose the Bears. It looks like we're gonna both have the same record next week. So we'll see how far in we get before it starts getting very competitive. Right now I am 1-1. You guys are 2-0. You guys are up right now. It won't be like that for long, but yeah, that's gonna be our picks for this week, guys. Like I said, we both got the Lions and the Texans. Hopefully we both get the 2-0 week this week. And that's going to do it for our video, guys. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure you give a huge thumbs up. And make sure you watch all the games, guys. They're going to be a good week of football. Every week is a good week of football, right? And yeah, like I said, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below your favorite team. And I'll see you guys next week, all right? Peace.